We're good. Live. Yes. Okay, good. Very good. So, obviously, you're here. The title, Lights in the Sky. Let me just adjust this. Obviously, many of you have seen the video that I uploaded, was it yesterday? Of these incredible lights in the sky. And I was absolutely elated. My elation has now turned to deflation because obviously doing research into it, I've now come to learn that these lights are most likely the SpaceX satellites, the what are they? The Starline, the Star Trek satellites, the Elon Musk satellites, or at least the satellites that Elon Musk has put up into orbit. And at the time when this happened, when I saw these lights, I was so taken by them. I mean, if you know, I'm living in far north of South Australia. The night skies here are unbelievable. The light pollution is minimal, atmospheric disturbance is minimal, and the skies are blazing out here. And actually, it's funny because so my neighbor's daughter's husband, who is from Canada, is now over visiting. And last night we were all outside on their veranda at their ranch, at their farm. And he just said, even in Canada, and he lives at the like on the at the base of the Canadian Rockies, and you would have a lot of starry skies and dark nights there. He just said these stars, these skies are just incomparable to the Canadian ones because we're seeing two different stars. We're seeing two different night skies. And what you guys see up in Canada or in the US or basically in the Northern Hemisphere is not what we see here in the South. We see two different skies, and he was just blown away. We've had 2 nights of absolute still, beautiful, starry, dark nights, and he was just blown away. And it is spellbinding. And so I'm out there the first night when I saw this thing dancing away to the eagles. And I see this incredible, incredible sight. And let me just add it here so you can see. If you haven't seen it, let me bring it up for you, hopefully quickly. It's not what it was, obviously, and we worked this out last night. My phone, an iPhone 5, could just never pick something like this up. So, can you see that? Here we go. There it is. That's what it looked like. That's how long it was, or at least, approximately. It was just a line of the most incredible, like, it was just incredible. It was just such a phenomena, and I'd never, ever, ever, ever seen anything like it. And I knew nothing about the launching of the SpaceX satellites at the time. And obviously I know that SpaceX was implementing upgrades, obviously with internet, and I'm going to get into that. But I wasn't aware because I don't watch the news. I'm not into the news. Hold on, I'm just trying to get rid of that now. Yes, remove the image. I'm not into the news, so I'm not up with things. I'm not up to speed. So I saw this thing and I was just smacked. I couldn't move. I'm like, holy shit, they are here. They are here, and it's about time. And that's how I was feeling. And just to watch it like a glittering caterpillar over the horizon, just disappearing, and then seeing that big strobing anomaly that I've always seen finishing it off, I just thought, you have got to be joking me. This is just extraordinary. Come to learn that many other people around the world have been citing these lines, these star lines of these satellites. What do they call it? The train, the satellite train. I'm going to show you what somebody else has managed to capture, and this is what it looked like. But if you can imagine this being enhanced 1,000 times, being in a dark night sky. Okay, this is what someone else took here. I mean, seeing that in the night sky, that's going to be pretty amazing, right? There you go. That's how it looked, but it was about 3 times as long as that. And I mean, I was just blown away. And the night sky, so you've got the blazing Milky Way stretching across. Oh my goodness, it was just a sight. It was a sight. So anyway, I come to learn that it is most likely the Spacex satellites. I'm just going to remove that. And I'm seeing videos of people also witnessing this. And I just, what deflated me was not that. What is deflating me now is that I'm reading that this launch was only 60 satellites, and it was stretching so big along the night skies. What concerns me and what deflates me is that they are planning to release 12,000 of these fucking things. 12,000. 12,000. That would, if that was 60, what I supposedly saw the other night, can you imagine 12,000? 12,000 of them. It's gonna be, my night skies are gonna be like Christmas time on steroids all the time. My God. And we saw it again last night. That was what I was going to say. So last night we're out on the veranda. We saw it again. Well, I saw it again, but I had witnesses this time. So I had my neighbor, I had her daughter, her husband, her son, and Gramps. Gramps, who's also from the Canadian Rockies, proper rancher, was out. And we're out there and they're chewing tobacco and, like they're just enjoying the stillness. And then all of a sudden I see this thing again, and it's moved. So the first night it was more over this side, and next night it was more over towards the south. It's moved. And we got the arse end of it, and I'm just shouting at everyone, quick, 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 quick. Here it is, here it is. And they all come and they're just like, whoa, wow, oh my God, oh wow, I've never seen this before. I mean, it was amazing to see this in the sky. It was just unbelievable. Even last night, I mean, it was nowhere near as um, incredible as the first night, but it was still amazing to see. They were tripping. And so anyway, and if that's 60 satellites and we are repetitively seeing them, and SpaceX plans to release 12,000 of these, does that mean we're going to be seeing these fucking glittering caterpillars every single night for the rest of our Earth days here? Seeing all these satellites? 12,000 of them? This was 60. Can you imagine 12,000 of these damn things? My God. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine how the night skies would be. And if it is, that's just so deflating. That's such pollution. I mean, if these SpaceX satellites are for 5G, if this is all for 5G, I mean, I'm immensely disappointed. I'm already so against 5G, and this is why I won't upgrade. Call me a stubborn old prick, but this is why I won't upgrade to a higher phone. I'm still at 3G here, and even last night. So my neighbor's daughter, and she was taking a picture of the sunset. She's got like an iPhone 10 or something like that. She took the picture, and then I put my phone right next to hers, and I took the same picture. Oh, look, the quality in the pictures is just like night and day. Like, actually, my picture that I took of her, like of the thing we were both taking a picture of, it was like night. Hers was beautiful and colorful, and she's got all the hues of the sunset over the mountains, and mine is just black. So, like, obviously, I'm just stubborn like that. I don't support 5G. I don't support what's going on. And Elon Musk even says, I watched an interview with him saying how I warned people about the dangers of AI and levels of technology. And he's saying it's too late. It's too late. Nobody listen. Nobody listen. And this is him saying this. But I am concerned. I'm concerned so much about 5G, and if anyone needs to know more about 5G and the dangers of it, go and listen to Arthur Furstenberg's lecture about it. There's a lot of people in the world supporting his work. So many scientists, doctors. He's got so much support, and there are many like him that call themselves 2G refugees or 3G refugees because they cannot exist in society. They cannot exist in society because of the injuries, the injuries that they're getting from the bombardment of the radiation from even 3G, 4G, and eventually now 5G. It's concerning. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the environment. I'm concerned. And then, if these damn satellites are up in the night sky purely because of 5G, what a fucking disappointment. I just think so much orbital pollution, so much light pollution. I just think don't come with your shit and pollute our skies here in the desert. Like, I don't want to be seeing 12,000 satellites in the sky. As much as it was beautiful to see that one caterpillar of glittering lights, I didn't know at the time what it was. I mean, I really thought it was a sighting, a UFO sighting. It was something I've never seen before. But now, knowing it is these satellites, and to think that 12,000 are going to be rimming our planetary atmosphere, I just think, fucking hell, makes me want a cigarette. Makes me want a damn cigarette. So I'm concerned. I'm absolutely concerned. I'm concerned. And actually, I've read your comments. I've read most of them on the video, and I'm slack for not getting back yet. But I'm reading them. However, like many are saying, I think there is going to be an increase in actual UFO sightings because of the implementation of these satellites and other technologies that we are introducing. I really think either they're coming to observe what we're doing, or they're coming out of concern, or it's just attracting them to our sphere, our planetary sphere. So actually, I read Lena's comments saying how and there was a couple of others talking about how they are witnessing a lot of sightings or seeing sightings because the increase in technology and advanced technology. I mean, it's concerning. And look, if Elon Musk is concerned about AI and where that is going, um, someone that's in the know, someone that is a part of that industry, you should be concerned. You should absolutely be concerned. So it's frightening in many ways, but I'm just happy that I am far removed from society in that regard. I just feel happy that I've got my little piece of shit phone. I'm glad I live in a black spot. So here, if I did not have a cell phone booster, I do have one. If I didn't have one, I would be in a complete black spot. No signal, no nothing, nothing at all. So I am glad that I live in a black spot. As soon as I leave my house, I'm there's no signal, nothing. So I'm glad I'm in this black spot because that means unless I open my phone lines, I'm not attracting the waves to come to this area, and I rarely use my phone. Like I'm not on there. I'm just not on there. Doesn't interest me. And the only time I use my phone is obviously to make phone calls, maybe send a couple of text messages. But call me old-fashioned, but I'm just not on that damn thing. Yeah. So my initial elation of seeing this anomalous thing has turned to deflation. And now it just feels ominous. When I looked up at the train, like the lights last night, I couldn't help but feel the anonymous feeling of thinking, my God, I'm just hoping that this is not the beginning of 12,000 satellites going to be in the night sky. Yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning. I'm definitely concerned. Hey, everyone. Seeing you here. Ah. Hi, Shilamar. Hi, Dawn. British Columbia. Hey, girl. Hey, Mundo. I missed you too, honey. Hey, Christine. Hey, Joey. ¿Cómo estás? Hey, Athena. Yes, it is some kind of satellite train. Uh, they, you know what? So I did read. They did launch like 60 in this one rocket. Oh, I just knocked myself in the nose. That hurt so much. Oh my gosh. I've had these flies in my schoolhouse that I cannot get out, and they've just been doing my head in. I've actually put in more netting, like another barrier, um, to keep them out. Anyway, it's just living in this area is just wild. So yes, I did read that this rocket that has been in space 3 times has launched 60 satellites. And what happens is they're all launched and they launch and I guess they fall out of the rocket with their own inertia. And then they stay in this train, this satellite line, until they eventually start pulling away from each other. I guess moving in different directions, or at least, yeah, I guess stretching. I'm not sure. But um, I just think if that was 60, what the hell is 12,000 going to be? How is 12,000 going to look? I just think, my God, no, 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 no. Don't, we've already polluted our planet on the ground. Come on, let's not pollute our skies as well. I mean, our skies are already polluted, but like our orbit, fuck me. People coming to visit our planet, they're going to be like, what a bunch of dickheads. What is wrong with these humans off this planet? What is wrong with them? I mean, at least you and I are aware of what's going on, but I just think about all these other people that they're in it for monetary gain. They don't give a damn about what happens after this life, or the legacy and the shit we're leaving behind for our children. I just think it's just so careless, just so thoughtless. And although I do agree that having some technology integrated into our society is of benefit, not the way that we're going, not the way that we're using video games, not the way that we're using our phones, and people are expressing concern about these, what Elon Musk was talking about, called, what do they call it, like the neurochip or the neurocortex, Neuralink is what they called it. But it's basically putting a chip in the neurocortex of the brain to be like an extension of yourself. And people are like, oh my gosh, we're going to be chipped, we're going to be human, like chipped humans. And he pointed out saying, well, it's not going to be any different to what it is now. You are already chipped. People, we cannot live without these phones. They are an extension of us, and they come everywhere with us. They go everywhere where we go. So we are basically already chipped. So he's like, what's the difference with having a chip in your brain? I mean, I think there is a significant difference, obviously, but people, it's almost every person, or at least 90% of the humans on this planet would have cell phones, except for, indigenous cultures where they still live in the jungles, and certain people that choose not to have cell phones. Um, I think that's fantastic. I think it's great that not everyone has them, but we are already chipped. We're already chipped. They may not be inside of us, but they are beside us all the time, all the time. How many of you do you think could live without your cell phone? I don't think many. Even me, I find the convenience of my cell phone. I see it as, especially here, I see the convenience of, for me, it's also like a safety mechanism, as in, because I'm out remotely, I just think a cell phone, you can call somebody. What I'd like even more than that is a satellite phone. So basically, just a phone to call when you're in dire straits, when you're in a dire need for it. But at least I'm not using social media much these days. Maybe a little bit. I rarely go on Instagram. That Instagram's just shits me more and more every week. I just, as in, like, I remember when Instagram first came out, and I wasn't interested in it back then, but I remember my girlfriends in Dubai, because I first heard of it in Dubai, and they were already using it, and they were in it, and it was all fresh. And then I remember the excitement of when I first installed it, like back in 2014. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so connected. And then, and now it's just awful. It's like Facebook. it's just, it's just so distracting and just so full of crap and algorithms and ads and just people's stuff, unnecessary stuff. And I'm not saying that it's all bad, because I mean, if you've got family and you're living away from them, sharing pictures with them, but it's the whole publicity of showing everyone. And and Instagram's just a it's just a uh it's just a trip. It's a brain trip. It's the what's the chemical? The dopamine. It's a dopamine trip. It's a dopamine trip. And it just portrays a lifestyle, or people wanting to portray a lifestyle that looks better than everybody else's. And it really is. Filters, and I've used filters before. I'm absolutely, calling that out. Like it portrays, it just, you have the access of now making your pictures look as good as they can, putting filters on them, correct lighting angles, and then of course you have the whole other level where you're photoshopping shit. And I mean, even people were caught photoshopping like backgrounds and things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people just take it next level, and that's just how it is. And people buy into that and absorb that and think, oh, look at their life. And there's just so much comparison. And oh, see that fly? He's on this camera. Get off. My gosh. They're just so annoying. Look, oh my God, it's on again. How much can you see of that? I'm actually wondering if that's coming through. There is a fly right next to the camera whole thing on the computer. Anyway, I'm just glad I have minimal use now on this cell phone. I'm away from silly social apps. I just have no interest. I just have no interest. And now this whole 5G thing, the satellites, I just want to stay away. And, it's just so much. I mean, the viruses in the world now, it's just, I'm not reading about them. I'm not following them. There's a lot of fear mongering around them. Viruses have been around forever, but whether or not, and like Arthur Furstenberg says, since the implementation of technology upgrades in G systems, as in 3G or whatever, there have been outbreaks of epidemics. Like there was an influenza epidemic. Uh, was it in 2006? I'm not sure. Look at this fly. Get off this camera. My God. So, like, there is speculation that um, the increase of technology has created, I did see the fly now. There is an increase in viral epidemics. And look at now, we've got the coronavirus. But not just that, we still have Ebola. I mean, if you go onto the World Health Organization's website, it shows you, like, there's Ebola outbreaks still happening. But of course, mainstream media directs people to follow a certain news stream, and then you just can't get out of it. Like you're always reading about this damn coronavirus. Anyway, for now, until it becomes something else. Ro Toto To, love you from Albania. Hello. Hi, Feral Gal. Yeah, no, I don't think these satellites are even safe for our atmosphere. I don't, not at all. Your sky looks like my painted native drum. Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible. Mundo says, I remember being a child in Southern Europe and the skies were amazing. Nothing as beautiful as that, but we used to see a lot of stars in the sky. Nowadays, we can barely see anything. Yep, I think you're right, Athena. Yes, so they are using these satellites to provide internet access and coverage everywhere on the planet. Now, I had a look on the Australian network website, and it doesn't seem at this moment that 5G is going to be implemented anywhere near where I live, at least, which is good. And I'm not looking at going to the city or being anywhere near the city, even in my future. So I want to stay as far away from that shit as possible. And although I'm not saying I'm not going to be not affected, I think the further you are away from that, the better. The better for everything, Like, I just think it is. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Yeah. Hey, Joseph, what's up? Pup. Haven't seen you for a long time. Thanks, Dawn. See you later. Yeah. Hi, Ramona. Thank you. I'm well. How are you? Hi, Katrine. So true, being concerned, but please watch Jenny McCarthy's interview with Corey and David. Oh, God. You know what? I can't even stomach Corey Good and David Wilcock. I used to really like David Wilcock. I've just gone off him like crazy. I couldn't even. Sorry. Can't watch those guys. Especially when Corey Good says he's going to try and patent the word or copyright the word secret space program. What the fuck? Like, honestly, what is wrong with people? Yes, look, Athena, I share your concern about the brain chips. What concerns me about microchips is the ability to interfere with people's brains even more than they are already being controlled, conditioned. Yeah, 100%. I will be one of those people that will, if there ever became something that was mandatory, that everybody had to have one, I would be that person that will absolutely run for the hills, run for the jungle. You know, make me the last person on this earth without being chipped. I believe in the power of the human body. I believe in the power of natural upgrade, or I have to choose my words carefully, not natural upgrade, because I believe that our our symbiotic body in general has had anything but natural upgrade. It's, if you base natural evolution on the, I guess, for example, the Darwinian theory, natural evolution takes millions and millions of years to happen. And there has been proof that our human upgrades have happened very quickly, very sporadically over thousands of years. So I would much rather leave our upgrades if there are those star beings or beings that are implementing our upgrade. I think I would feel much more safer getting upgrades from them, those that know probably what they're doing, as opposed to us humans in third density playing around with damn microchips to give us superhuman powers. We already have that. It's just that as a society we have never explored the potential of the human capacity. We are not learning about dream time in universities. We're not learning about consciousness in universities. This is what we should be learning about. We should be learning more about our other self, our spirit self, and it's never going to be. I have to put this air on if I can get it on. You are joking me. 1 second. My batteries have gone flat in this damn thing. Just what I need right now. Hold on. It's all happening. I can't even find them right now. So I'm trying to turn my actually, I'll turn my fan on here. What's happening is my computer is seizing up. Hopefully that's not creating... If that's creating wind, let me know and I'll try and stop it. So what's happening is my computer is seizing up because it's warm today. I'm trying to cool it down because my computer is also Stone Age. It's like 2013. So what I was saying is that we don't even explore consciousness in our mainstream universities. Like, I'm in a bit of dilemma right now, and I'm really kind of because I'm studying an education degree. I'm seeing now what I'm paying for. I am paying for, like, this is what I was saying to my neighbor's daughter last night. I said to her, my university education is basically based on writing essays. This is where my marks, this is how I pass. This is how my marks, this is how my education is weighted. This is how this is what my education is based on, is fucking essays. That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying like, what, $3,800 this semester for writing fucking essays? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I just think, this is just a crock of shit. The academic system is a crock of shit. How can I get an education, a proper education, writing essays? How can my marks depend on two essays of a subject? I just think that is hideous. But that is what our education systems are based on. It's money. It is simply, it's coming down to money. Money for these institutions. Oh God, it's just, anyway. I'm so glad I'm a gardener because it just gives me such a healthy perspective. Oh, okay. Anyway, thank you, Ramona. Hey, Hazel. They are trying to cut us off from our natural connection to the earth and the universe. It's the ultimate takeover. It is. Hello, Angry Birds. Oh, you're so sweet. Hope Croatia is Croatia. You're in Kosovo. What am I talking? Croatia, Kosovo? I hope the weather is good for you, is what I was going to say. Hi, Outer. I hope you are good. Yes, thank you. What are your thoughts about Elon Musk and his Tesla car in the space with the mannequin on it? And the glitch that showed a studio type of environment. Really? Haven't even seen it. Haven't seen it. I haven't even seen it. Tesla car in space? He put a fucking Tesla car in space? I didn't even see it. But if anyone has the link for that, can you send it to me? Send me the link for that because I've not seen that. I've definitely not seen that. But yeah, look, you know when they have the ISS live stream, the NASA, is it NASA ISS? When you can go and basically see the live cam from the ISS, the International Space Station. I wonder if that is really live because according to, our space friends, our, star families, they talk about how much activity is happening outside of our Earth and how many vehicles are positioned outside of our Earth or passing over our Earth. I mean, I just think, like, how can, unless there is a latency with that stream wherein it is a live stream, however, we are seeing a live stream that was live broadcasted a minute before it was actually broadcasted to us. So let's just say there is someone watching or pay to watch this live stream. If they see any blips, any crafts, any UFOs, or anything at all, they can somehow airbrush that live stream before it is published to us, and then we are seeing then the I guess the finished polished product. Does that make sense? I wonder. But I just think with all that live feed, how can nothing not be seen? How can nothing not be seen? And so with these launches, it's the same. I don't know. Like, I just don't look. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame that we cannot trust our government 100% that they have our backs and they're telling us the truth? No one believes the fucking government. Everyone is disappointed in the government and how much they've let us down as a global society. We don't have governments that work together. We have governments conspiring against each other. We have governments fighting each other. And usually those fights and wars and things that are happening are to cover some other secret thing that they're doing. So in hindsight, they're actually friends, but they're pretending on the outside that they're not, so they can do something else, like, I don't know, bore a tunnel from America to Russia and like, I don't know, swap technology stories, or who knows? I have no idea. But can you blame the people of Earth for not having faith in our leaders and the people we have put in power? I'm not saying that there's not good people in the government, because I truly believe there are. But I feel like a lot of the people that are in governments, their hands are tied. They have families. They've also probably had to, be sworn to secrecy, and they would have had to have signed documents, and it all gets blown out of proportion. And then if you listen to gosh, what is wrong with my brain? See? Get this damn phone away from me. Oh gosh, what's his name? Edward Snowden. I watched his interview and how he was saying how dicey people are in the government, and were basically breaking the law, and they were then changing the law to fit with what they were doing. It was to do with it was to do with some documents in Hawaii, something to do with Hawaii. But it's an interesting interview, and he says it just how it is. I mean, it's nothing that we don't already know, meaning that the government has always lied to us. So how can you blame people for not having faith in the government, or um, having faith in, if you hear something, people are so skeptical now. People have, if they were never skeptic to begin with, they have now developed a very healthy level of skepticism in their life about everything, because they know they've been lied to. And this is why being out in nature, being out in my gardens, growing fruit, I've got so many peaches right now. Look at this. Oh, I was going to get one. Here. These are peaches from my tree. They are so delicious right now. There is nothing that compares to homegrown peaches or homegrown fruit. So this is why I love being out in nature, because nature doesn't lie to me. Nature is not lying to me. The truth is in everywhere I look out here. I see the beauty of our planet. I see the truth in this creation. I see that this is life. This is life. This is what gives me hope and health and joy and happiness, not all the other bullshit that's happening on the planet. So this is what gives me a peace of mind on this planet at this time. And if you feel like you need something to give you peace of mind, go out in nature. Go out, take a picnic basket, sit for the whole day, turn your damn phone off, and just immerse yourself in nature. Just let it talk to you. Just feel her breath all around you. So this is why I'm glad I have expansive nature around me. And in fact, I'm heading up, I'm going back up to the desert. I think next week. Maybe sooner. I'm not sure, but just to drive up there and just disappear, and there is not a soul in sight. Could you imagine, for hundreds of kilometers you don't see anybody else? It's beautiful. Nothing. You don't hear anything except for nature. You don't hear another person. You don't hear another car. You don't hear a cell phone. You don't see anything but the earth. And it's at that moment where you really feel the power of our planet, and just the power of nature in general. And so, I have also in the back of my mind that perhaps this is part of the big plan, this whole, technology kind of takeover. And maybe it's being agreed upon, because there's not just us living on the surface. You got to remember that there are beings and different creatures living below our surface. Then there are creatures above our surface. It just makes me wonder how much is already planned. I feel like how much is already in planned. How much is already planned, I should say. So, I'm just watching it play out. I'm not buying too much into it, because that's not my reality. I choose not to be in that reality. Even though I am partially a part of it, because obviously I use technology. I'm talking to you guys. But whatever games they're playing, I see it for what it is. I see it for, it's like a game. It is like a game. A man's game, money, bullshit, all the material things that don't matter. It's like a game. It's like a movie. It's like a game, a simulation. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me. But I see it for what it is. I see it for what it is. And um, I think that's why I'm not, like I've just, yeah, I'm not ambitious. Like when I was younger, when I was a younger, like 20-year-old, early 20s, you think about progressing in your career and earning more money and working up the ladder. That is, I am the absolute complete opposite of that now. Like, it just life is not like that. We're made to believe it's like that, but it really isn't. It really isn't. And of course, so many people are still living like it is, but it's not. It's not. It's just reality is what you make it. Hey, Nathan. Welcome from the UK. Yes, of course, technology isn't the problem. It is those controlling it. But it will be a problem if it keeps going the way it is with artificial intelligence and autonomy, because from what I've heard about artificial intelligence or AI is that it starts to build its own brain, and it starts to even though we create it, let's just say we create a robot, then it kind of just builds on its own algorithms, and then it's um, basically based, it becomes like a symbiotic creation, and humans can't destroy it. Humans cannot control it. That is what concerns me, and that is when technology will become a problem, when it's a technology that we cannot control. So even though we created it, like artificial intelligence and that autonomous line of technology, that's scary. That's scary. Take care, Ramona. Hi, Christine. Yeah, I agree. Not learning such things about ourselves is just ways to have control over us. Hi, Suzanne. Ah. Hi, Anya. Thank you. Hi, Sheila. Are you growing grey roots? Yeah, I think I am actually. I think all this talk about AI is kind of making me grey. But I am actually dark blonde. I am actually a dark blonde, but I definitely have some sparkles in the front. I kind of like the look. I'm joking. I don't like the look. Yes, the education system is horrific. It is horrific. People look down on you if you haven't received a formal education, which in a lot of ways is essentially to obtain a piece of paper. Yeah. I mean, what a crime it is to have a 19-year-old student having, like or even like a 20-year-old student having a student loan debt, just because they want to better themselves in the world. They incur a debt of what, like $50,000, $60,000. That's criminal. That is criminal. So you can see just from that fact alone, the government or these institutions, they don't give a damn about you. And you can't even, be, you don't even know if you're going to get a job after it. Like, Gakota, wonder what you think of the coronavirus stuff. Well, I mentioned before that I think technology has a lot to do with it. And I also think that there's a lot of fear mongering behind it. I also think that I don't know if I don't, of course, I don't have any evidence or proof that it was a man made thing. I have no idea, but I just think it's in the world. And what I do know is that there's plenty of fear mongering behind it. And I don't listen to it. And I get emails. I got one from one of my girlfriends. She's like, "Oh, the coronavirus seems to be worsening." I'm just like, you know what? I'm so sick of hearing about this fucking coronavirus. You know, it's a virus. There are plenty of them, and there are deadlier ones that are very aggressive that kill within days. I mean, I'm so sick of hearing about it. And the more you think about it and the more you fear it, the more you're attracting that energy into you. So I don't give it energy. I don't give it energy. It's not in my life. I don't give it energy. Um, you know, what you put out is what you're going to get back. So you have to be very careful about what you're reading, what you're allowing your body to absorb and take in. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And until it's on my doorstep, and even if it is, I don't give a damn. If it's meant to be my time to go, okay. Okay. Doesn't bother me. I don't fear death. So, so yeah, that's how I feel about the coronavirus. Svetlana is here. Say it as it is. Yeah, she says some university courses shouldn't even be taught at university level. People just go for it to be employable, and unfortunately, I'm one of those people. Honey, I agree with what you're saying. Hi, T-Dub. Hey, girl, haven't been here for a while. Miss your face. I was just listening to the stats of how much people use their phone and check their phone during the day, and it's absolutely astounding. Yeah. I had an altercation with my cousin. Obviously, you know about my cousin. I had a run-in with her because I was very honest with her about her using her phone, and she's like, "I only use it 4 or 5 hours a day." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? 4 or 5 hours? I'm lucky if I use 10 minutes of my phone, unless I'm on a phone call, of course." And she says, "Oh, well, some of my friends, they're using it 8 or 12 hours a day." I'm just like, oh my, and I believe her. I believe her. I believe her. Hey, Goddess TV. Hey, in Kenya. Vocational school or apprenticing somewhere seems more reliable these days. Yes, it does. But then, of course, you know, if you're going for a job, well, it depends. It really depends. If you're going for a job, a lot of employers are looking for university qualifications. And like if I was to be an astronomer, I couldn't be an astronomer on a vocational school or a TAFE certificate. You know what I mean? I have to go to university. I have to spend 9 or 10 years at university to get a PhD in astrophysics or something like that. It's just crazy. Hey, good night. Good night, goddess. Christine says, I'm guilty. I use my phone for hours. It's addicting. I can't lie, but I'm trying somewhat to be away. But you know what? At least you're honest about it. At least you can acknowledge that you're on your phone for hours. At least you acknowledge it. Do you know what I do with my phone at night? Call me crazy. Of course, I switch my phone off when I sleep, but that's not enough for me. I wrap my phone in aluminum foil, in alfoil. I wrap that shit up and I create a Faraday cage around my phone. And I have seen people doing it online saying, "Oh, it doesn't work, it doesn't work." It works. It works. You have just got to wrap your phone completely and then fold up the sides. You then create a Faraday cage around your phone. No signals can get in or out of your phone. There is no signal. No signal. I guarantee you, I've tried it, it works. But you have to have your phone completely covered with aluminum foil. Completely covered. And it works. So I sleep with that covered. So I know that even when my phone is turned off, no one can track me and I'm not getting any signals bombarding my brain as I sleep. So, yeah. It works. It works. You just have to cover the whole thing. You can't leave you cannot leave any part of your phone exposed. Every part has to be covered. Hi, Julesner from Cambridge in the UK. Okay, listen, I feel like I've kind of rambled on for a while because I really did just want to touch base on the the satellite train, and my initial elation has now turned to deflation. Like I really am. kind of deflated that even though it looks extraordinary in the sky, and it really, really does, it really does. Now I know what it is, and I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it because I know what it means. It's meaning that it's implementing the 5G. It's implementing faster internet access and accessing more areas, and I'm concerned about that. So my initial elation of thinking our star family was here has gone. It's gone. And I seem to think, although I cannot confirm it 100%, I seem to think that it's most likely. I'm a realist. I'm practical. I seem to think it is the satellite train. As much as I would love it to be Star Confederation from the Ashtar Command, or from my Nordic man from Aldebaran, unfortunately, I don't think it is. Not this time. But who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? And that's not to say that they are not around. I seem to think that there is a lot of attention drawn onto our Earth and what we are doing. And I can just imagine them just thinking, what are these crazy humans doing now? What are they doing now? What the hell's wrong with them? I mean, it's embarrassing. I just think we are all about ourselves. We're so just in our own planet, in our own little bubble. We're not trying to expand our humanity in the most altruistic way possible. Like we have dickheads running the world. We have dickheads that are all for themselves and only wanting to keep, these secrets to themselves, and this technology to themselves, like good technology. I'm talking about healthy technology. I'm not talking about phones. I'm not talking about 5G. I'm talking about technology that can absolutely stop the use of fossil fuels and clean the planet. You know, Fossil fuels are like how we are still using them in this day and age is just preposterous to me. And that's what I mean. So our star families will be looking at us thinking, God, those humans. And I think for the most part, this is why a lot of them have given up trying to talk to our leaders, because they don't listen. They don't listen, and they have come to the people, the average person like you and me, and and giving us their concerns and sharing their wisdom. Even when Valiant Thor was apparently in the Pentagon, if you've ever seen that story, Stranger in the Pentagon, and he's from Venus, was trying to tell the president, you have to stop what you're doing and implement, a more harmonious way of living for your peoples of Earth. And the president was like, sorry, it would send our economy into a tailspin and, destroy what we know now. And which is good, which is good. Our economy is not our friend. Look at how we struggle. Look at all the crime on the planet. And I just think if we took away money, it would solve so many problems. Obviously, it would be a chaos to start with, but it would quickly make a lot of people humble in the world. It would quickly make people grow humility in the world. And then, of course, the smart people of the world could create a healthy bartering system where we actually, honestly earn our credits in the world, or not money, but credits, or our positions in the world. The dickheads that are running this world have not earned their place to represent our countries and our people. 100%. So that's where we're at, and we decided to be here to experience this and observe it, to participate for some of us. And although we see it happening, we don't have to be involved with it. We can see it for what it is, and it's up to us how much we get involved. Sorry, I've got a ant crawling up my leg. I've got a jungle at my house. Yes, sorry. Yeah, for sure. Christine's like, I have heard government obtain technology from crash UFOs. For sure, for sure. A lot of our technology, actually, probably most of our technology has already come from aliens, come from, crash crafts. Crystal chip technology is not ours. Fiber optics is not ours. There's so much that is not ours, and it's based on technology either they've reverse engineered or they've made some kind of deal at getting partial technology. I don't believe the aliens would ever give us um, full opportunity of the technology because they know how silly we are, how aggressive we are. I doubt very much that they would trust giving us, um, like full control over technological opportunities. Yeah, yeah. Athena says, unless the top in command are in fact under the influence of problematic ET groups. And that's exactly what it could be. That's exactly what it could be. They could be underground, they could be above. Who knows? But I just know the more you get into it, the deeper it gets. And if it was meant to be some other way, I think it would be. So the earth is the way it is for a reason, or maybe reasons. And I wish I knew what they were. And I truly believe there is someone on this planet that knows exactly what is going on. There has to be one human on this planet that has to know our true history and knows truly what is happening on this planet. There has to be at least one human on this planet that knows. How I would like to be a fly on their wall. Okay, I'm out of here, you guys. I need to get some nature. I need to get some photonic energy into my system, aka some fruit. So I'm going to eat a big bowl of peaches for breakfast. I'm actually probably even going to light a cigarette just to throw it in for some measure. I actually have a packet of cigarettes. I had them at Christmas time because I did have a cigarette at Christmas time. And you know what? After this, I feel like a cigarette. I feel like a damn cigarette. I know it's not good for me, but look, I enjoy it and it gives me a good feeling. Gives me a good feeling. I hardly think cigarette is going to affect me or affect my atmosphere. I think I think I can get away with a cigarette. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I love you. Look up at night, look at your skies. I'm not sure if you're going to see what I'm going to see, but this was happening. If you are in South Australia, look up around 9 p.m. at night. I don't know what that translates to in other places or positions. I'm seeing this thing about 9 p.m. 2 nights now I've seen this thing. So, and what's happened is it was here. Last night it was here. I'm speculating it's going to be a little bit more south than what it was last night. And I may be able to see it. I may not be able to see it, depending on the night sky. So I send you my love. I send you my blessings. And listen, may you always, always, always be blessed by the supreme truth and love of the cosmos. Always remember your origins. Always remember what you really, really are. You're just having a human experience. Don't get too caught up in it. Know that you are spirit, you are powerful, you are incredible. Whatever happens on this damn planet, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I love you guys. Take care.